I'm just letting you know, if you are watching this on replay, you the real MVP because you get to watch me get myself together as I'm waiting on people to come in. Because this is one of those days where I've been filming like crazy. I promise this here was so cute earlier. But I want to come on here and get any questions answered. They need to be answered and help anyone that needs to be helped. As you come in, give me a 3 if you can hear me. I want you guys to get all of your questions answered, as many as I can. Hello. Hey. So give me a 2 if you can hear me okay. Turn on. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. Please don't look at my. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, player. Yes, that stuff for filming and everything else. Oh, do you like it? So there's a video coming for this really soon. It's the body for you. Oh, thank you. And my necklace all crooked. I was cute earlier. I was so cute. Okay, so what questions do you guys have? If you have any questions on leave-in conditioners like cream leave-in versus regular liquid leave-in, please don't ask that today because that's a video that I just got done filming. So I'm not answering that question because then everything I just did was for nothing. But other than that, what do you need to, girl? I am not cute all the time. I mean, I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm cute all the time, but like not this cute. This is why y'all getting the live today because I'm like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna. I'm not doing this again. Why am I watching this person? How do you feel about the Moroccan oil line? I mean, I don't really have I don't really have an opinion. Morocco is Moroccan oil, and the Moroccan oil line has been around for freaking ever. Like it's not new. I personally love Moroccan oil itself. But I don't have anything negative to say about that product line as long as it's being used properly. Do you recommend melon care? I don't really think y'all want to answer that question, and I don't want to answer that question because Black Kermit's not now. So I don't. My hoodie's in there. Black Kermit's in. I don't. I'm not gonna say yes to. I recommend melanin hair care. I'm not. I don't think y'all ready to have that. I don't. Okay. I, I don't church. That's not what I'm here for. Church. Need that video. What video? The one that I was talking about, liquid versus cream. Yes, you will get that tomorrow. So make sure that you hear tomorrow because we'll vote on what time is best for everybody once we get out of here today. Right before we get out of here today, I mean. But we'll vote on that in a second. I want to know what time is going to be best for everybody for me to post this video tomorrow. But tomorrow is the video for cream leave-in versus um versus liquid. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Is protective styling necessary? Yes. Too much of anything is too much. That's like this is a form of protective styling for me. Like I don't just have my hair out, touching it every 5 minutes, wetting it every 5 minutes. Like, yeah, protective styling is necessary. That's like, yes, it is. Yes, ma'am, it is. What is your take on keratin treatments? Can you do a video on that? Tips and tricks. I actually will be doing a video really soon about keratin treatments. And the only reason that it's taken so long is because I am trying to figure out the most delicate way to say it without people getting offended or without people feeling disrespected or without people who provide keratin treatments as a service from feeling like I'm attacking them. But keratin treatments are nothing new, and keratin treatments, you getting a keratin treatment isn't them doing anything special to your hair. Whenever you get in a keratin treatment, they're not putting keratin in your hair. Your hair is keratin. The hair shaft is made of a protein called keratin. So when they say they're giving you a protein treatment, they're saying that they're putting a chemical on your hair that is treating or calming down or taming your keratin. They're treating your keratin, treating your hair. A keratin treatment is not. What do I think about Gina Curl? I think it's trash. I got a video on it already. Y'all asking me questions like triggering questions, and I don't want it to be that type of live. I think keratin, like girl, Gina Curl is a Jerry Curl. When go ask your grandma. That's all I'm gonna say about Gina Curl because I got more videos. Um, most of the Gina Curl is only playing younger people because younger people think that Jerry Curl was only wet. So they be like, it's not the same thing as a Jerry Curl because the Jerry Curl was wet. No, the original Jerry Curl made by Jerry Redding was a wet curl, and that curl got discontinued. Jerry Redding was a white man. Okay. So he made the original Jerry curl. That's the wet one. Oh, pinky nigga, I gotta go pee pee nigga. I gotta pee pee nigga. That's the original Jerry curl. Pinky nigga, I gotta go pee pee nigga. But then after Jerry Reddington's version of the Jerry curl was discontinued, a black couple who owned Isoplus, okay, they're from Chicago, a husband and wife. They started Isoplus hair products, and at first Isoplus was only making relaxers, but then once the Jerry Reddington stuff got discontinued because it was fucking people's hair up, because it was messing black women's hair up, Isoplus, they was like, wait a minute, we're not about to let the money go because, mind you, black people was getting their relaxers from Isoplus and they Jerry curl from Jerry Reddington. Okay. So when his stuff got discontinued, they was like, all right, bet. And then Isoplus started doing Wave Nouveau. Wave Nouveau has never been a wet curl. Wave Nouveau has always been a dry curl. Wave Nouveau has never been wet, ever. The only wet curl was the original Jerry curl. But Gina curl is what we, because mind you, once the wet curl stopped, once they came up with the dry curl, they didn't stop calling it the Jerry curl. They kept it going. Think about it. Black people not about to come up with a brand new name. No. It was for they just stuck with a Jerry curl. But then when Isoplus came out with it, they was like, okay, this is the dry curl. That's a dry Jerry curl. That's the difference. So everybody like, oh, her technique is different. No, it's not. She using the same technique that your grandma used, the same technique, the same stuff that you get done with her for $1,500, $700, $800. You can go do it yourself for $40. Yes, you can. Hello, hello, how are you? And then with all of the people in here, we only have 20 likes. Come on, guys. Come on. What do you use in your daughter's hair? The same stuff I use in mine? How do I feel about cheap products? They products. I never mess with cheap. Like have anything against them, but cheese just not. Oh, cheese just not my thing of choice. I've just never been like, oh, cheap products. Mind you, I got my license in 2010. No. Oh nine, oh 10, one of those. I'm pretty sure it was 2010. Cheese was out before that. Cheese not new. Cheese been around forever. It's not new. And it's not a keratin treatment's not new. That's been out since forever, since before 2010, way before 2010. None of this stuff is new. None of it is new. $700, yes. Type it in. Search Gina Curl. They start at 700. If your hair like this long, it's $1,200. Yeah, that get into it, boo. Please discuss blah, blah. Please discuss protective styling, take down chemical process, and relax. Wait, what? Please discuss protective styling, take down to chemical process relaxer directly after. You don't do that. You don't do you don't do protective styling after a relaxer. You need to pick one. You whenever you get a relaxer, you taking all of the protein that lives in your hair and you stripping it out and you making your hair weaker. So pick one. Like why would you get a relaxer and then cover your hair up? It makes no sense. Like you're not even dealing with your hair. What are you relaxing it for? Pick one. You can't do chemical styling and protective styling at the same time. You got to pick one. Same thing with color. You got to pick one. If you doing a protective style and color, if you doing a protective style and color, the only color you need to be doing are the places that's out. So if this all this gonna be out, then yeah, protect that, sis. Yeah, protect that. No problem. Protect that. But if it's gonna be up, what are you coloring it for? Nobody's gonna see it. So for example, none of my hair is out. None of my hair is out. So me coloring my hair just to have it under this makes no sense. Why pull the protein out before you cover it? Like, don't do that. It don't, you have to pick one. Chemicals and protective styling don't go together. You need to pick one. You either got your hair wrapped up or it's relaxed, one or the other. And I'm not saying, oh, if you got relaxed hair, you can never get braids again, but you can't relax your hair and braid it on the same day. You will have breakage, period. Period. Whether it's when you take those braids out that day or 6 months down the line, you got to pick one. What was that? Da-da-da-da. And the importance of clients maintaining their hair once leaving the salon after being given at home care. I mean, for me, and this is just my professional opinion, to me, that's all up to the stylist because a lot of professional cosmetologists don't give their clients an at-home care routine. So it makes it hard for people like me to give my opinion because I'm like, oh, go to a stylist and do XYZ and do blah, 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 blah. But then most women don't respect they stylists because most stylists don't know what they're talking about. A lot, not most, a lot of stylists don't know what they're talking about. A lot of stylists are giving their own clients rice water treatments. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't really. I have low porosity hair and I'm heat training. I blow dry my hair weekly. Is that too much? Yes. Do I risk damaging my hair? If you don't know what you're doing, like I'm just being honest. Like if this is your first time heat training your hair or your first time using a blow dryer on this, yes, you're going to damage your hair. Like if I'm not a chef or a mechanic. Like if you constantly do something you're not familiar with that you haven't trained in all the time, yes, you do chance of damaging your hair if you don't know what you're doing. I tell everybody before you keep training your hair, get a mannequin that has curly hair, right? And do your weekly silk press on that mannequin and give it give it 2 months. Even if you flat ironing your hair, straighten, blow dry, wash, blow dry, and flat iron that mannequin's head. Hold on, let me get it. Hold on. And I'll leave the mannequin like this in my Amazon store. So get you a mannequin like this or one closer to your natural texture. This one is pretty close to mine, even though it don't look like it because it's and stuff. But get a mannequin, right? That has curly hair. And then Do the same routine that you're doing on your hair do it on the mannequin for 2-3 months and see how that mannequin's hair changes. Y'all, please understand, like, cosmetologists didn't just randomly go to just wake up in the morning and become amazing. Like, no, it's repetition, practice, doing stuff. Ooh, ooh, don't fall. Doing stuff over and 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 over again. That's how a cosmetologist becomes great. That's the difference between a bomb silk press artist and a chick that you go to and your hair reverting back before you get to the car. It's a difference. Like, it's a science. That's why everybody can't do it. If it was easy to do, if anybody could do it, everybody would be able to do it, but everybody can't do it. So you need to train yourself. Don't You are not a professional. If you asking me that question, you don't know what you're doing. I'm just being real. So if until you're able to answer that question wholeheartedly yourself, stop playing in your hair. Get a mannequin and blow dry and flat iron that mannequin hair every day, the same exact way that you do yours. And if after 2-3 months of you and that, her curls are intact, then boom, there you go. But then on the flip side, if you start to notice that it's something wrong with the mannequin hair, the curls change, or whatever the case may be, you're doing something wrong. And you should probably get you a brand new mannequin and start over from scratch until you know what you're doing. Like, doing hair is not an exact science. It's not. It takes practice and repetition. We got to respect the pros. The pros, we did not just wake up and know how to make your silk press last for a month. I didn't just wake up. Before, when I first started doing silk presses, my clients' hair would revert back before they got home because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was fresh out of school. But now, man, what? My clients, they silk presses was for months. I would be like, that's trifling. You need to wash your hair, bro. Like, I would have people get their hair, especially if their hair was long and thick, they would get their hair straightened by me at the beginning of the month, and it'll last a month and some change. And I would be the one washing it again. They getting their hair straightened once every month and a half. And I'm the only one who wash it. And it's lasting. That came with repetition and practice. Is it possible to retain length without protective styling? Yeah, but why? Like, the people who came before you, that's how they maintain their length. Like, if we love, and I'm not talking about you, babe, not you, but as a people, we love going after other people's cultures and doing water, not our culture, henna, not our culture, right? Those are all other cultures that have routines and patterns, right? But our cultures, our patterns and routines, we don't follow. We want to go like, oh, doing all, what can I do instead of doing this? Like, no, everybody needs a protective style. From, like, too much of anything is too much. That's why, okay, like the last video I did on silk press, it's almost at 100,000 views. Like, I could just keep popping them out, but I'm not doing that because the health of my hair is more important than views to me. I give myself variety on within the Guru 101. Y'all don't kill me. I'm not gonna give them everything, but I tell them, give me a certain amount of styles. Give me, this was their last set of homework. Give me a certain number of styles that you like. Give me a couple. I ain't gonna give y'all the exact number, but I told them to give me an exact number of styles that you want to do, or that you like, or that you see yourself doing. And I'm going to make, and I'm making, I a full playlist telling them how to incorporate these styles throughout the weeks. Because doing too much of anything is too much. Your scalp has memory. That's why if you're a person who wear a part down the middle for 10 years and then you try to put it over here, your part hair is still going to want to put in the middle because the scalp has memory. Okay? So that is something that everybody needs to keep in their mind. Like, too much of anything is too much. And the only difference between Black women's hair getting long and other women from other races, important, most potent thing that could be on your hair is the natural sebum that's coming from your scalp. But it takes longer for the sebum to travel down curly to travel down straight hair. And coupled with the way we block the follicles, not only can the sebum not get out, it can't get down the hair shaft because of the way that people wear their hair. Oil don't absorb into something that's coated with a bunch of product and water and oil don't mix. So if you around with wet hair 24/7, how exactly is the natural sebum that is coming down from the scalp supposed to do its job on your hair shaft? It can't. This page, please. Go like this page. What page? Oh, me, oh, us. My bad. I'm like, what page? I'm like, what? For the ones in the back taking about wait, sorry, I went up too high. Oh my god, I don't even know. Okay, here we go. My hair feels soft, but I don't know if it's weak or just my surface texture. I don't know either, babe. Hey, Sam, my hair has been getting longer since eliminating products and keeping my scalp clean, but my hair seems to be thinning. I went to the dermatologist and he said that it's testosterone. Yeah, so oh, I was about to tell you something that I told Guru 101 members and they was gonna be mad at me. One thing that I recommend. So this is I'm not gonna go too deep. Don't kill me, Guru 101 members, because I went really deep into it there. So DHT is something that attacks the follicle, right? And this is with everybody. This is with everybody. So when we talking about thinning and stuff like that, the older we get, the more our body stops producing like not hormones, but a lot of the nutrients and botanicals and stuff that we're supposed to have. So coupled with the body doubling up on testosterone and other stuff like that, like I said, I can't go too deep into it on here. But when you couple it with what the body is going through naturally and what you putting in the body, sometimes it pushes up the level of DHT that is attacking the follicle. So that's DHT, high levels of DHT, which is testosterone. It attacks the follicle. So to combat that, something that's really good that you can implement into your diet is saw pimento. Do not put it in your hair. When y'all are having balding and thinning problems, the worst thing that you can do is load your scalp with product. And this is why. Like we talk about all the time, the most important thing to do to keep your scalp healthy and to keep your hair growing is making sure that your scalp has a clean passageway to breathe, to get oxygen. So just like it'll be hard for you to breathe properly if you got to breathe like this with a hand or something like that over your mouth 24/7. Imagine that that's what's happening to your follicle when you constantly put in oils and butters on it. Not to mention, once you hit 30, your body stops producing certain amino acids that it needs. Okay. Not to mention DHT, which is testosterone that men and women have. DHT is what is converting and attacking the follicle. So drinking saw pimento tea on a regular basis. Please don't put it in your hair. I don't care what anybody says. If you put it in your scalp, it is going to jumpstart and make it worse. It is easier. First of all, your body only absorbs about 60% of what you put on the scalp. And if your follicle is blocked, it's not even absorbing that 60%. Versus you ingesting it into the body, it almost absorbs 100% of it. Almost 100%, not 100%. But 97% is a lot more than 60%. Okay, so saw pimento, and that's all I can say because I don't want Guru 101 members to be mad at me. But I mean, if you want to know more about that, you could join the Guru 101 for $9.99 a month. Boom. But on top of that, I would just really start doing research on what natural foods you can eat to decrease DHT in the body. That's what you need to do. Hey Sam, my hair is yes, it's the testosterone. So you need to decrease the levels of testosterone. You have to. And remember, like we talked about the telogen phase in one of my other videos. And the telogen phase is the phase where your hair is resting and not growing. And a lot of times, if you are packing the scalp full of the wrong stuff, or your diet isn't right, or you're not drinking enough water, your body can go into stress and you can stay in the telogen phase for a very long time. So the telogen phase is the phase that your hair ain't growing at all. It ain't doing nothing. And the telogen phase only supposed to last for a little bit of time. But if you not ingesting the right type of properties, or if you're not doing the right type of stuff to your scalp, that telogen phase can last for years. And after years of your hair not going from like going through those phases of the hair growth cycle, eventually you'll notice that your hair is beginning to thin. So change your diet. That's like number one. Top, I went and got a version relaxer from a professional, and my ends are still wavy. Okay, y'all need to understand, a relaxer does not mean that your hair is going to be 100% straight. Actually, if you still have waves in your hair, you went to a good cosmetologist, because you're never supposed to relax the hair 100%. You only supposed to relax the hair maybe 65 to 70%. You're never supposed to be 100% with a hundred, because if you saying, oh, it's still wavy, all you saying is she left a little bit of protein in my hair. If your hair is still wavy, that may mean that you had a good cosmetologist that said her hair isn't strong enough to be depleted of all of this protein. Always, a relaxer does not mean that you taking all of the protein out of my hair. Your hair bone straight without a wave, the cosmetologist has taken 100% of the protein out your hair shaft. If that's what she do, then that's what she do. But when you in cosmetology school or in general, you learn you never relax the hair 100%. So if your hair is still wavy, you went to a stylist that was who knows what she was doing, and your hair probably can't take being depleted of any more protein than that. So yeah. Also, I have seborrheic dermatitis and have to wash my hair every 2 days. I have low porosity hair, but my hair still grow washing my hair every 2 days. It sure will. Oh, thank you, boo. After I got a virgin relaxer from a professional, oh, I already read that. The reason I blow dry weekly is because I have dermatitis. Wash my hair weekly. There's nothing wrong with that. I blow dry my hair every week, but it's a difference between blow drying your hair every week and flat ironing your hair every week. It's a difference. Oh, I'm in the middle. Oh, I'm the middle part girl you're talking about. I even had breakage at one time, but it grew back. Thanks to you, I've developed a routine. Oh, for my hair, keeping my scalp clean and ends trim. My hair is growing more now than it has in years. You're the best. No, you're the best. Listen, hey, hey, church, listen. I get my flowers from spirit. So I am literally doing this to show you how powerful you are. I don't need anything from you. I don't need you to buy nothing. It'll be great. Listen, if you need a little extra help, a little whoopty whoop whoop, I have ebooks and stuff. It's a lot of different things that you can join. But at the end of the day, I just want you to know how powerful you are, and I want you to save your coin. Period. Anybody who joined my challenge knows I don't ask anything of you, and I actually tell you to buy less stuff. I don't to buy nothing for me, and I don't tell you to buy nothing else. You don't have to go buy anything to do my 7 day challenge. Nothing. And just from not using all of these products and letting your body do what it does naturally and just moving with it, then you good. But we think that we can just take things and manipulate our body and change the whole system. No, baby, we are co-creators. We're not creators, we're co-creators. So you gotta move with the natural rhythms of your body. You don't create a brand new one and ignore the one that God made for it to go with. Question. I don't know if my hair is weak, but it's really soft. It never really felt hard. Oh, if I need protein. The way that your hair is soft or hard, that's not a good, I don't, that's not a way to determine the whether protein. I'll do a full video on it. Oh, I didn't take this up, girl. Oh, it's sissy. I love you. This hair is sissy. It's sissy, girl. Oh, thank you. I'm sexy. Is that how you say it? Because sexy is sexy, but she said sexy. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. I'm getting the tea ASAP. Yes, girl. I have been drinking tea and my hair is growing. I have fenugreek and blue. Yes, P. Yes. Period. Period. That's enough. Let me tell you something. Whoever got a problem can have a problem. I don't care. Every product, every herb that they tell you to put in your hair, ingest it into the body and watch how much faster your hair grows. And peep game. You give me an answer this question. What do you think is easier? What is an easier routine for you to follow? Drinking a certain cup of tea at least once a day, or you putting certain stuff in your hair a couple of times a week and restyling it, re-wetting it, and twisting it? What do you think is easier? Just ingesting it in the body for number one, or putting it in the scalp for number two? What do you think is easier? Just drink it, sis. Look, we can have a thing where we're going live at least once a week. Y'all can, whatever tea that you decide to do because you've been studying herbs, like we talk about on a regular basis, then what we can do is every time we come in here, you sipping on tea, do it once a day. You good. They telling you to put fenugreek in your hair. Don't put no fenugreek in your hair. Stop doing that. Get you some tea and drink a cup of fenugreek tea. 100% of those benefits go into the body versus 60 on the scalp. It's a no-brainer. I'm not telling y'all to stop using these things. As a herbalist, I'm telling you that the herbs are going to move faster being ingested into the body. They'll move faster being ingested into the body than they will you putting it in your hair. No. Because with you putting it in your hair, you breaking the hydrogen bond on a regular basis. You pulling and tugging on the hair, causing different forms of mechanical damage versus you styling your hair, leaving it like that until your next wash day and being cute and drinking a certain tea on a regular. Forget putting all that stuff in your hair. Ingest it into the body. The purpose of putting product on your scalp is so it can get into the follicle and it can reach the bloodstream. Only 60% of what you put on your scalp goes into the bloodstream, but 100%, almost 100% of what you ingest into the body goes to the bloodstream. So let's stop putting stuff in our hair. Just drink it. We need to know how our people grow hair. Our people grow hair the same way everybody else. They keep their scalps clean and their hair stretched. Why most people in African civilizations, Africa, they keep their hair stretched. And those real tight braids, they only braids around the hairline. Why? If this doesn't make sense to y'all, nothing else will. Women in China keep their hair like stretched out, keep it braided, and put shea butter on it to protect the ends. But having, I'm gonna answer you in, baby. But to for around the hairline, they make a tight braid with no shea butter on it. Because the purpose of this tight braid, mind you, they ain't add weave, bark, leaves, nothing like, I'm gonna get to you in 1 second. Leaves or nothing like that. They just braiding it real tight because a forehead is a sign of royalty and high esteem. They braid super tight with no protection, no nothing, as tight as it can possibly be around the hairline, so their edges can fall out, so their forehead can look bigger. So if you don't got no edges, girl, you better move to Chad Africa. They gonna think you got money. On God. So that's We need to research our own cultures. Are we like not washing your hair is not how you grow hair. It's not. Keeping your hair wet all day is not how you grow hair. That's how you give yourself moisture overload or hydro fatigue. Okay, babe. You said thank you for the donation. Hold on, let me get my bills. Hold on. Sorry, boo. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Okay, so this, thank you. If you do anything under $20, we ring this for a smile. And then anything 20 or above is this one. Thank you. Okay, you said, look at my lip gloss and then, okay. How can I get my keratin treatment out of my hair? Low porosity. It was breaking off. That you can't get a keratin treatment out your hair, baby. It don't work like that. You can't. And whoever did it should have told you that. You don't get keratin treatment out your hair. That's like asking me how you get a relaxer out your hair. You can't get it out. Sorry. I love you so much, but you can't. Out of my hair, low porosity hair. And listen, the reason that your hair is break, whoever put that keratin treatment in your hair need their ass whooped. Because a woman with low porosity hair, the last thing that you should do, girl, listen, it's permanently in your cortex. Like you don't get it out. There's no getting it out. Ask her how to get it out. Call her and ask her how to get it out. I don't even want to call her, ask her how to get it out. And she gonna tell you can't because you can't. It's permanent. The breakage that it causes is permanent. You have low porosity hair. A keratin treatment is cooking protein into your hair. It's treating your keratin, aka your hair, with a certain type of protein. The worst thing that a woman with low porosity hair can do is to get a keratin treatment. And then even if you don't have low porosity hair, keratin treatments are not for Black women or women with curly hair. I don't care what anybody says. And that is why, like I said, keratin treatments, I'm 31, right? Ooh, I'm 31 right now. I got my license when I was 19. Keratin treatments were out 2 years before I went to cosmetology school. They was coming up and doing demos where people was coming up showing us how to do keratin treatments in 2010. It's about to be 2022. Keratin treatments are not new. There's a reason why you haven't seen keratin, even though keratin treatment's been out since 2010 and beyond. You've never seen them in Black hair salons. You haven't, because of what's happening to your hair. It's not for our hair. Keratin treatments only control this. That is it. It only helps the cuticle flat. That's it. But if your hair is packed full of protein, which is packed full of protein, what they're using to treat it, which is your hair, breaks your hair off. Because remember, hair that's natural is hair that is absent of protein. The curlier your hair is, the more protein you have living within the disulfide bond. And the straighter your hair is, the least amount of protein you have living in the disulfide bond. So a keratin treatment on naturally straight hair with no protein and a keratin treatment on naturally curly hair with a shitload of protein do not give the same result. That's why when I did the Gina curl video, I asked her, I said, well, okay, what's the difference between naturally straight hair and naturally curly hair? Because a woman who knows the difference, or who because there are plenty of women who are not Black that can do Black hair. That's how you know of whether or not they know your hair. That's how you know of whether or not they are smart enough to do your Black hair. Ask them, what is the difference between curly hair and Black hair? If they can't tell you, if the first thing that come out their mouth isn't the amount of protein attached to the disulfide bond, get your ass up out of there. Because she don't know what she doing. She playing in your hair. Most Black hairstylists don't really know how to do white women's hair that great. Why? Because they're not familiar with it. Just like the majority of white hairstylists don't know shit about Black girls' hair. because they don't deal with it on a regular basis. I'm so angry. I trusted the lady. Don't be angry. It's just y'all just have to do your homework. Don't be upset with yourself. You can't undo it. But you gotta do your homework. You have to. I'm not being disrespectful, but if she don't look like you, fact check her. If they don't look like you, fact check them. Period. I did hair for 14 years. Do you know how many times I've been fact checked by somebody who was my skin color? And it was her right. I'm a black woman and you an Asian woman with straight hair and you want a precise bob. You want to make sure that I'm not going to give you puffy hair because it's a specific way that you have to cut Asian hair. You can't cut Asian hair how you cut black hair. You can't. It's going to come out looking crazy as hell. You cannot. So she wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing. That wasn't her being disrespectful. Y'all need to fact check these people before you just let them in your head. Ask them. I'm not saying, oh, don't go to a white stylist. Ask her what's the difference between curly hair and straight hair. If she can't answer it, that ain't the person who you need to be letting in your head. Point blank, period. And I don't understand why people have a problem with asking that question. Do you think you being disrespectful if you go in the gas station and be like, what's the difference between that gas and that gas? Or do you think you being rude and disrespectful if you go and ask the mechanic, oh, what's the difference between you doing fixing his brakes and my brakes? What's the difference between the brakes on this car and that car? You don't have a problem with doing that? Fact checker, sis. It's simple. And if she got a problem, listen, I've never had an issue. If do you know how many times I've had a client try to fact check me? It's nothing. I want you to do that. I love it when a woman knows who she is and what she wants with no disrespect. Baby, what? Those were some of my favorite clients. What's the difference between my hair and her hair? Why can she do that and I can't? And then wait for an answer that feels good to you. That's what you book a consultation for. Stop just going in and believing what the fuck people say. For what? You can't be mad at nobody but yourself. If you didn't fact check somebody before you gave them hundreds of dollars, that's on you. I'm sorry if it make you feel away, but they told me it wasn't permanent. That's BS. I've never even heard anybody say that. Keratin treatments don't wash out. They don't expect, and then it may not be permanent on their texture because they don't have any protein in their hair. They don't have any protein in their hair. They don't have anything to extract. There's nothing to pull out. There's barely any protein. All right, I'm about to take a couple more questions. I gotta cook, so we only got 10. We only got like 10 minutes, so you be killing me, my internet best friend. I am your internet best friend. Hey, best friend. You just talked about testosterone. Don't we need that, especially as we get older? Isn't it hard to possibly get pregnant if you? Yes, you. I'll talk more about testosterone in the video, but yes, you kind of had that wrong, babe. Protein is for high porosity hair, bleach wavy hair, or white girl hair like me. It's not true. Please stop saying that, and please don't tell nobody else that because that's not true. Okay, it's not true. That's what I mean. It's like we have, and I'm not being disrespectful, but we have so much misinformation, and the people who say it be, yeah, this is how it goes. It's no, that's not true. Protein is not only for less than no. That's not true. That's not true. Okay, but I'll talk more about that in a minute. I'm glad you're talking about this. I was just about to do a case. Please, y'all, stop. Do y'all realize, like, think about it. And then we're going to move on because we only got 10 minutes. So I want y'all to think about this. Keratin treatments, I'm 31 years old. I'm going to be 32. Ooh, yes. Ooh, I'm going to be 32 in July. Keratin treatments have been out since before I got my cosmetology license. I got my cosmetology license when I was 19. I'm 31. Why is it that in the midst of the Team Natural community ending, all of a sudden everybody's doing keratin treatments? Why do you think that is? Y'all have to start paying attention. Y'all cannot keep getting played the same way. That's why I'm so intense on here talking, because whenever something pops up, I need you to remember and hear that intensity in my voice. Pay attention. Before the Team Natural community stopped, nobody was talking about keratin treatments. Now all you see is big chops and keratin treatments. That's it. Why? Come on. Y'all cannot keep getting manipulated like this. Do your research. Keratin treatments are not for Black women. I'm sorry. And then the only person, if you have low porosity hair, you shouldn't go nowhere near a keratin treatment. It does not wash out of your hair. Keratin treatments are made for people who are lacking protein in their hair shaft. People with curly hair are not lacking protein in their hair shaft, because the curlier your hair is, the more protein you have within the disulfide bond. Everybody don't need a keratin treatment, and that's why all of the Black women that you see, like, first you see a first wave of people, oh, get a keratin treatment, get a keratin treatment, get a keratin treatment. Then you see a second wave of people, don't get a keratin treatment, all my hair is breaking off. Stop jumping on every bandwagon. I'm gonna tell y'all something. From now on, anytime y'all see a new thing, don't touch it. Give it 6 months. Don't y'all see a new fad going around keratin treatments? Give it 6 months before you try it. Guaranteed, nothing lasts longer than 6 months. Nothing. Ain't none of this shit gonna last longer than 6 months. Real stuff lasts longer than 6 months. You'll notice silk presses ain't been nowhere. They ain't went nowhere. They've been around forever and they ain't going nowhere. They're not. Because if they're done properly, it don't damage the hair. But keratin treatments it comes and goes. Keratin treatments were outlawed and illegal because they had formaldehyde in it. And then they brought them back, and Black girls were still like, nah, that ain't for us. But now y'all letting them play y'all into getting it again. Come on, y'all. I learned eating a lot of meat and protein. I learned that eating a lot of meat and protein is. Mhm. It. I mean, it just depends. It depends on your body. And even if, listen, let me tell you something. I purposely worked at Studio Salon so I could have my own private space. I am in no way, shape, or form saying that every Black hairstylist knows her stuff. I'm not. I've met some of the dustiest hairstylists that I've ever met in my life, and they was my skin color. And some of the dopest hairstylists that I've ever met have not been my skin color. So that's not what I'm saying at all. But you need to know who you're going to see, because other Caucasian hairstylists or other hairstylists of races that I do not know, they'll look their client right in the face. Oh, girl, I do not know how to do that. Hold on, I'll take them to Sun really quick. Sun, do you think you can? Oh my God, thanks, girl. And then if somebody wanted to do uh like, I'm not gonna lie, if an Asian woman came, Asian hair is so thick and beautiful, but it is so hard to cut. Girl, only I can't breathe. Only a cosmetologist is gonna know what I'm talking about. So any type of like platinum blonde, like, oh my God, if Ashton came to my room, I would be like, wait a minute, girl. I have somebody that's gonna be so freaking amazing for you. Oh my God. But you need to know who you're going. Everybody not good about everything. Did you express Brazilian blowouts? Brazilian blowouts, keratin treatment, same thing. I've been noticing a lot of African going to treatments. So yes, that's what we've been talking about the whole time, babe. So just rewind that. Keratin treatments are not for us, and it's the new fad. People getting off rice water and on keratin treatments. It's not new at all, and I do not recommend it at all. I have an area full of knots. I've shaved my hair. How often do you comb your hair? I'm being real. How often do you comb your hair? And then how is your hair on a weekly basis? Because knots don't just develop in your hair. That's just like if you hold if it's a whole bunch of strings. If because remember the average person has anywhere from 100,000 to 400,000 strands of hair in their head. So if you got 100,000 to 100,000 to 400,000 strings hanging down like this, they not just gonna randomly get knots in them if they just hanging like this and they being separated on a regular basis. They're being lubricated on a regular basis. They're not just gonna tangle up. The only way they can tangle up is if like this, they're not being combed out enough. Knots don't just form on their own. So you look at your patterns. What are your patterns? So much information, must only watch the end because I can't handle this by myself. Well, I don't want pressure. Okay, I am not nobody's Jesus. I ain't nobody's savior. Okay, I'm here to save myself and my kids. I'm not here to. So I just do to know the science of your hair, study the science of the human body because most y'all know more than most of the people on YouTube that y'all following. Most of the people on YouTube that you following, y'all know more than them. They don't know what the fuck they talking about, girl. All right, I'm only gonna be able to answer a couple more. I was saying we stopping at 4:30. We're gonna stop at 4:45 because I'm not gonna get through this in 2 minutes. Every time I wash it, it gets wavier. I'm not ready to chop. But why do you think you need to chop your hair just because like if you have a slinky and the slinky has no weight on it, it's gonna be like this. But the more weight that gets on the slinky is gonna get looser and looser. The more your hair grows, the heavier your hair gets. Your curls changing is not a representation of the health of your hair. That is the biggest myth and the biggest roadblock for Black women, period. Black women think that the health of their hair is measured by their curls. Some women with the most beautiful curls have damaged hair that you've ever seen in your life. If y'all go look back at my older silk press videos, some of the most beautiful curls in the world I would straighten out and their hair would be this long before I straighten it. But then once I straighten it, it's see-through to about right here. Curls are not a representation of how healthy your hair is. Let's use Janae Mickles for an example. Go look at Janae Mickles videos after she do a silk press or after she straighten her own hair. Janae Mickles is not one piece of damage on her hair, and her hair is 100% heat trained. And her hair is healthy as hell. Your curl pattern does not determine if whether or not your hair is healthy or damaged. It does not. And you should not be judging if whether or not you need to big chop based on how your curls look. No, don't do that. You've been struggling with your edges. What are you doing with your edges on a regular basis? I don't comb my hair. I only put oil. Are you repeating somebody else or are you like that's like saying, and if that's not what you, it ain't you, then I ain't talking to you. But if it's you, I'm talking directly to you. You saying I don't brush my hair, I just put oil in it is like saying I don't brush my teeth, I just put a little toothpaste on my finger and go like this. Like what? I don't brush my tongue, I just spit toothpaste on go like that. Like come on, dog. Come on, man. Come on, Chuck. Come on, bro. Come on, dog. Single strand knots are split ends. Single strand knots don't start from split ends. Single strand knots are a form of split ends. When we get here, everybody go on Google. I'm doing 10 more minutes, swear to God, and then we leaving. 15 more. We stopping at 4:45. It's 4:30. Um, hold on, y'all. When we get off of here, everybody's homework. Just Google what are different types of split ends. You're going to see hundreds of different forms, well, probably not hundreds, like 50, 60 different forms of split ends. Single strand knots is a form of a split end. If these are your ends, right? If these are your ends and then one splits, a single strand knot, that's hard to do. So if these are your ends and one splits, a single strand knot is one of those ends wrapping around the other one. And then it creates a knot at the end. That's a single strand knot. A single strand knot is a form of a split end. A single strand knot is a split end. Single strand knots are caused by split ends. Single strand knots are split ends. Period. His comment says the natural hair trend confuse people, especially if you never deal with your hair beforehand. Exactly. How does the texture release work? I don't understand your question. For some good hairstyles to do for my follow my blog, you guys. Moderators, can you put my website below? Follow my blog over there on my blog. I'm about to start posting crazy information just to get to all of y'all stuff. So follow me over there. It's already a whole bunch of stuff over there on my blog. Follow me over there. Seeing this as real as that. Come listen, I'm trying to be a real nigga out here in these streets. Cause we got real bald people. We got real bald headed edges, and I don't got time for none of that fake stuff. Because nobody real. Everybody's like play pretend, like oh my god. And then when they self, you like oh my god, I can't believe she act like that. Nobody's guys. Thank you, babe. Thank you, Yvonne. Nobody's gonna be surprised anything that I say or do because I'm like this all the time. I won't chop. There's a clear line of demarcation though from when I pressed my hair twice last summer. Well, yeah, first thing, cut at the line of demarcation. You have to do that, or it's just gonna keep splitting up the end. It don't stop splitting just because you don't cut it. And then two, you need to start a journal and figure out what you did wrong to make your hair split that far up the hair shaft because something that you're doing is causing your hair to split. And if you don't figure out what that thing was right when you cut those ends off, you'll still be doing that thing that caused your ends to split. And then you're going to constantly be in the same cycle. Thank you. What do I recommend for dry, itchy scalp? It depends on why your scalp is dry and itchy. But ylang ylang or lang lang oil only if you have dry scalp. If you do not have dry scalp and your face, or if your face is oily, most likely you do not have dry scalp. Your follicle is just black. But if you got oily face, if you got oily scalp, do not use ylang ylang oil. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. But ylang ylang oil has it helps it helps the Saban jumpstart sebum production. So that's one of the best essential oils you can use. Don't put it directly on the scalp. Mix it with like hemp seed oil or something low on the common scale. So hemp seed oil, almond oil, walnut oil is my favorite. And mix walnut oil or one of those carrier oils with ylang oil, and it'll jumpstart your sebum production. But just keep an eye on it. If you start noticing your skin is getting really oily, it's time for you to stop because you don't have to keep doing it forever. Just do it until your sebum production picks up. All right, we got a couple more minutes left. We got a couple more minutes, dog. Come on, dog. Is natural straightener and keratin the same treatment? No, it's not. Y'all, please. I've never like that's how I know that they playing y'all with keratin because this time last year, or even this time 3-4 weeks ago, no, yeah, this time like 2-3 months ago, I was not having all of these people asking me about keratin. They are playing y'all with these keratin treatments. Like, think about it and don't get offended. Let's just be real. Let's go back and think about the rice water days. No one was talking about keratin treatments. We didn't went from Team Natural and I love my curls to everybody's doing keratin treatments now. Now everybody's thinking about what, like, y'all gotta pay attention. I do not recommend keratin treatments for Black women. Point blank, period. If I was still standing behind a chair and somebody came in and I gotta take this necklace off. If somebody came in and asked me to do a keratin treatment on their hair, I would tell them that I do not offer it as a service. And if they ask me if I had any recommendations of anyone, I would tell them no, because I don't recommend it. I don't want to creep you out, but you're so beautiful. I could pass out. Bless you. Thank you. But now you're being creepy, Preston, because I'm not throwing you a kiss, okay? Anyway, um, I don't know if you ever answered this before, but can your hair still be healthy with locks? Absolutely. Yeah, but when your hair is locked, it's matted. Locks is nothing but matted hair. So it depends on what your definition of healthy is. Because when you comb them out, because you can't comb locks out, when you comb them out, will your ends be 100%? Will you be free from broken hair? Absolutely not. But I mean, yes, absolutely. People have beautiful, healthy hair with locks. Oh my God, yes. Yeah. Is jojoba oil good as well? Yes, ma'am, it is. Okay, we got a couple more. Look, the questions, I think I got them, most of them answered. We about to head out of here in a minute. Are you for relax? Wait, are you for relaxers tired of natural? So much to do. Suggest other. Listen, I'm for whatever works for you as long as it makes sense and as long as you're doing it properly. I have worn a relaxer the majority of my adult life. Actually, all of my adult life. What am I talking about? So once I hit cosmetology school, I got a pixie haircut, and then from cosmetology school, that's what it was, straight pixie cut until recently, what, 2 years ago when I shaved my head. So I'm for whatever you want to do as long as it makes sense and as long as you're doing it properly and not skipping steps. So I don't have a problem with it. I stopped dealing with products I don't understand. Thank you. I love my curls, but I also believe in styling my hair. Listen, and this is the thing. I love them too, just like I love my black skin. But just because our hair is curly and other people's hair is straight doesn't mean just wet our hair and walk outside. Like, yeah, like that's not styling your hair. That's not maintenance. That's not routine. Like, seeing I'm 50 and I have. Oh, all right, y'all. I gotta go get. All right, so we're gonna do another live soon. I gotta go cook dinner for my kids, for my other family. You know what I'm saying? Um, so we are going to do another live. How do you feel about Olaplex? I am a Olaplex ambassador. I absolutely love Olaplex. Olaplex is life. It is a molecule. Okay. I love you guys so much. I gotta go cook family. I gotta go cook family. I gotta go cook dinner for my family. So tomorrow, real quick, let's vote. Tomorrow, what time is best for the video? We're doing a video on cream leave-in conditioners versus liquid leave-in conditioners. Let's vote real quick. So tell me between 11 a.m. Pacific timing or 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific timing. So that would be what? 2 or 6. Yeah, so 2 or 6 p.m. No, y'all, I can't be answering y'all. Y'all want me to answer y'all questions and leave my kids hungry? Come on, vote. And we'll do this again. I may come live again tomorrow. I ain't about to not be on here. My kids gonna be, Mama, Mama, I'm hungry, Mama. And I'm like, no, girl, because her edges, like, girl, oh no, I gotta cook for my goddamn kids. All right? Nah. Okay. Yes, just I didn't mean to confuse y'all. 11 a.m. or 3 p.m. 11 or 3, 11 or 3, 11 or 3, 11 or 3, 11 or 3. I love y'all, but we gotta vote real quick. I'll answer y'all questions later. Make sure you in here in the streets tomorrow. And in the description box of the video tomorrow, I promise y'all, I promise. In the description box of the video tomorrow, I'll put the next time for our next live. But I gotta cook for my little kids. 3 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock on the dot, the time, you sleep. And got a big pretty pen, little thing that's waiting for me. All right. So 3 o'clock it is. 3 p.m. tomorrow. We're gonna be out here in these YouTube streets together. All right. And then we may go live tomorrow or the next day. We'll see. I'll either post the live date, a live time, or you know what I'm saying. See you later in the streets. Wish me luck on getting this goddamn wig off my head tonight. Hello. See you later, dog. See you later, dog.